And now for a short word from our potential sponsors.
Are you tired of having to vote for the lesser of two evils? Ask your doctor if Pentax is right for you.
And here we go.
Good evening. I bet you all wondered why I gathered you here tonight.
Why is that?
Oh, well, see, Sharky and Ian had an interesting night out the other night.
What?
Didn't they just?
It's just a guy's night out. I mean, that's all it was.
I
Sure.
just made some investing opportunities. I was perfectly well behaved.
I don't believe it.
Which is a shocker to the rest of us.
Nothing burned down.
Yet.
This time. So, there is still one power player y'all have to meet that is trying to get their start and get their claws in to the domain that has so recently become available. The name you are missing is Baron Tycho.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm not missing.
Baron Tycho is an interesting character, to say the least, at least by reputation. So, what's the plan?
Well, Sharky does have some fairly relevant information for the coterie about said Baron. Relatively relevant. It's not too important. It's not things that I found out that were, too concerning for
Sharky,
me.
you keep lying. I'm gonna make you roll
I'm gonna
for
make
it.
you roll for it.
So, first off, I'm gonna let the other planners in the party, because Lord knows my planning skills can sometimes be good, sometimes they're not great. First off, found out her real name, which is, I'm gonna butcher this, Niaokoye. So
Yoki?
sharing that
Naya Okoye.
Oh,
It's
Okoye.
not that hard.
It
You looked at him?
um
Look at me.
I feel you.
I needed to hear it pronounced first before I butchered it the first time.
That's fair.
Um
That's fair.
okay. So Miss Okoye, uh she was going by Naya Okoye recently. According to our favorite Toria whore. Um Additionally here, uh they were in a pack at one point together. Um and she killed her pack priest upon their leaving the monastery. So, a violent streak, and then finally she's got a decent amount of watchmen. That's what I managed to gather. Um and some additional staff, but mainly watchmen are who we should be concerned about. Um at the location anyways. Uh and that's all I gathered from the horrid twink. The big big one is the murder. I think that's the one that we should be concerned about. I was mostly. It's not too concerning for me, but it's just angle things. So not.
Your mic is dipping in and out there, bud.
It's just gangrel things, so not too concerning on my end. I'm not too concerned about a random murder. We do that sometimes.
'Tis true.
Okay. That was a lot of information all at once there, Sharky.
You say that you learned this. Where exactly did you get this information from?
From Laurent, the horrid twink.
You know that it's trustworthy. I mean, my impression of him was not the greatest.
It was trustworthy.
Laurent
He
has been helping us along here and there with stuff because he has ways of getting information that really I have no clue how he does it, but I don't question the man because it's been reliable so far.
You were concerned about anyone who had any sort of relation to him as well.
Yes, I am. I am very concerned about anyone who has any kind of relation to him because if they have a relationship to him, they might just set a building on fire while we're in it.
And that would include yourself.
He waited until y'all left.
He absolutely did. But Ashton isn't saying that to Ian.
He might. He typically does very well. It's not a concern. However, he has a penchant for chaos, and so I would assume anyone who was in a pack with him likely has a similar penchant for those sorts of things. Or maybe they balance him out. Who knows? We'll find out. He was very excited to meet her, though, and I don't expect Laurent to actually be excited to see someone again who balanced them out. I feel like it would be more he'd be more excited to see someone who enabled him.
Hmm. So then I take it you're taking point on talking to her.
Sharky, another thing that you would have learned from Laurent is that she holds her court at Wind Creek Casino and Event Center, which is down by the old steel stacks along the river.
Oh, she's also holding court at the local casino, down by the river, which also lines up with what we had heard from the Toreador about how they might give her the river because they can't hold it while they're dealing with what's his name, the triumvirate of the triumvirate Holt. But that if she's holding court in a casino, it means she likely has a fair amount of resources and a fair amount of influence in the area as well. So, another issue there.
I will admit that I don't really know how to approach this one.
I quite honestly say let's just go in. Let's see. Let's go in, be diplomatic, present ourselves like not Camarilla, because Laurent did say that we absolutely must not act like Camarilla in any way, shape, or form. So, let's attempt to do that. Present ourselves.
How is it that they act?
I'm not certain, quite honestly. I'm assuming I should not flounce my money around.
Hmm. Or should you? Draw attention to yourself.
Hmm. Fair. And he did also mention for us not to act like prey before we left. So,
I am no one's prey.
true. Which means we should have the confidence to be able to walk right in through the front door.
All four of us together.
Unless the other two have any disagreements on that.
I definitely don't think this is one of these instances where we try to pull a fast one.
I would agree, Mr. Ashton.
Just going to have a conversation after all.
And you know, it is on the river, so if you guys do want to try to pull a fast one, I could try to approach through a sewer or something.
Keep your pokers at bay. What part of "we're not pulling a fast one," Sharky, did you not understand out of my mouth?
I was merely saying, if there were any issues with us not attempting to do something a little bit more mischievous, then that would be a good plan. I could do that, potentially.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that's the way to go about this.
I didn't think so either, but I thought I'd bring it up. I don't get to do that very often.
You're very far inland. Why don't you go live on the coast? Be free.
Well, I was at the coast in Philadelphia, and now we're inland, so
Just because you were along the Delaware doesn't mean you were at the coast.
Question for you. Four of us. We come in together. Do we look more like pack hunters, or do we look more like prey herd?
pack hunters.
Is that the
That's what-
impression you get when you look at us from the outside?
We can't. I don't necessarily get that impression, but regardless, I have a feeling if we go in there like prey, it could get messy. So we need to.
That's what I'm saying. If we go in together, do we look like a herd or do we look like a pact?
I hate to say this, but I do really think it's all about the confidence there, Ian.
Then are any of you uncertain?
I'm not. I was born for this. Ashton runs his hands through his hair, kind of fixes his hair.
I mean, for a short period, I can play the part.
And I mean, we walked right into a Toreador bar the other night. I feel like if I were going to be anxious about walking into somewhere, it would be that.
Well, then I will lend my confidence as well. We'll see how far we get.
All we have to do is keep up appearances long enough for us to get in, have a conversation, and leave. No treachery afoot this eve, I say.
Are any of you seriously considering this one for ultimately who we are supporting?
Really does depend on what she has to say. We have
haven't-
3 options, one of which we have not heard from. So it is not right to make a decision based off of just 2 prior conversations when 3 need to be had. At least that's how I'm looking at it.
My thoughts precisely. I am distrustful of Holt and his triumvirate. I don't like the Toreador at all.
You mean the puppet?
Same thing, really.
Former puppet, thanks to Mr. Pharaoh.
Oh, no, I just enlightened him as to his situation. I didn't do anything.
Ashton is just sitting or standing, whatever, with his arms crossed, looking at Ian with a smirk. What did you do, Ian?
Explained the reality of the situation that he was living in. Once he saw it, his actions were logical.
He sparked an anarch revolt. This time led by a very old Toreador.
Well, that might make the problem a little bit easier.
Well, when anyone can call themselves an anarch just by donning a silly hat and taking on an epithet, what does the movement even mean anymore?
As much as I would love to engage you in this bout of philosophy, I don't think we have time for that.
True. Let us go see this Tycho, then.
Yes.
Ashton is going to go change from his normal thoroughfare and maybe put on something a little more dingy. Just to kind of, not flaunt any money, any idea of money, just a casual little guy. Ashton is cringing on the inside. I want everyone at home to know that.
I am absolutely certain of that.
Sharky, on the other hand, since we said we were going to try to draw attention to ourselves, he's wearing his nicest suit, with a nice tie.
Not the plaid, I hope.
No, and it's not the candy cane one either.
Excellent.
Christmas in April?
I mean, it could work.
But yeah, Ashton is going to change into something that doesn't scream, I'm a super pretty supermodel.
Difficult.
That must be so hard for him.
He is very pretty and very, very vapid and slightly shallow. He is a Toreador after all. So
Kind of what they do.
kind of what they do.
Ian will remain in the usual black suit, black slacks, black shirt, no tie.
Beck's wearing their tweed student-like apparel.
Maybe we can have some fun while we're there.
What's your definition of fun?
It's a casino.
So recklessly losing money to the house.
It's an enjoyable experience if you have the money to spend. There's lots of flashing lights.
Prefer to stay away from the flashing lights. If you're going to play anything, play poker. At least then you have a chance to win something.
Oh no, Ashton's about to have a problem in a casino. Oh no. Oh shit. Fuck. God damn it. Oh no.
And the penny drops.
God
Are
damn
you
it.
gonna fix it by wearing your sunglasses at night?
But then he looks like a douchebag, and the vibe he got from fucking whatchamacallit, Sharky, was to not look like a douchebag.
I said don't look like prey. And don't act
but the
like Cameron.
the description Sharky gave of this woman and the do's and the don't also translate in Ashton's mind. Don't look like a douchebag either.
Unfortunately, you have little choice in the matter. Will you be debagging it up tonight?
Begrudgingly.
Well done.
Ashton, are you ill?
Yes. No, Sharky. I just want to wear sunglasses tonight in the casino. The lights hurt my eyes.
I was talking about the outfit. I didn't even notice the glasses.
Oh. Well, you mentioned maybe not looking like you have money, so I'm going to try to not look like I buy all my clothes from very expensive places.
You should dress down more often.
Is this how you flirt?
No,
Is
it's
this-
just going to make it easier to make fun of you.
All right, I'm
No,
going to change it.
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Okay. Ian says it looks good, so we're good.
So are we all going in the same car?
Might as well.
Sharky's been willing to give us his driver for now, so
Sounds like a plan.
it's been reliable.
Yep, so I'm going to have Mr. Thinblood driving us in let's say a Rolls Royce today.
Not
Would
the
you like to
Bentley.
have
Not the Bentley, no.
Would you like to have any conversation in the car other than, of course, your cursing driver?
Not really. I don't think there's really any. I will tell him, oh, by the by, be ready to go at a moment's notice. Keep the car running.
The driver is just gonna look at Sharky like, have you forgotten who I am? This is what I do.
I know.
If
I know.
we have to keep the car running, that doesn't inspire a whole lot of confidence that you aren't going to get up to any sort of shenanigans.
Or
True.
that we're confident she's not going to attack us just for the sake of attacking us.
Fine, don't leave the car running, but stay nearby.
It's
I don't-
cool. I can play the mental health game on my frickin' phone.
I don't know that I've ever met anyone who just attacks for the sake of causing injury. There's usually a reason, even if it is just to make an example.
Oh, Ian, you sweet summer child. And just Ashton pats.
Mr. Knox, Mr. Farrow. There. Now you've met.
No. Well, you're correct. Very rarely is there a reason why someone will just attack out of the blue. However, typically speaking, with specifically members of my clan, there are times where it is good for us to be going in with caution. It is a common time within our clan to have conflict immediately upon meeting as a way of testing each other's strength. So, we're walking directly into her domain. There may be something there, but it may not be a physical conflict. I can't know for certain. Very rarely is it always physical.
Still, that proves my point. It's not being done for no reason. It's being done to prove superiority.
Yes, which is why I said we might want to leave the car running just in case. But you're right, it doesn't show a show of strength.
Let us assume that our host will be gracious. If our host
Always.
is not gracious, we can respond in kind.
Agreed. Agreed.
So you're there, and the driver is now playing like the Finch game on his cell phone.
Just opens the door.
Ashton pats him on his shoulder. Pats the driver on the shoulder. I'm glad you're
Eh.
taking care of yourself, buddy. Just walks out of the car.
Oh, pretty much have to.
Yeah, I know.
Working for you people, yeah, he's gotta.
Self-care.
Super important.
Kindred self-care.
So-
Ashton can't.
I mean,
As-
technically, he's not kindred.
As you enter Wind Creek Casino and Event Center, is there anybody who is currently rocking heightened senses?
Negative.
Good.
No.
Good. Because even without heightened senses, you are immediately assaulted. The overhead lights are kept low, but the game floor is a cacophony of neon lights, a staccato of bells, alarms, chiptune music, anything and everything that is going to draw your attention to a lot of the electronic slot machines, poker games, things like that. The table games are further in the back. You have to walk through this gauntlet of electronic machines before you get back to the meat and potatoes, the old school style casino, because it hasn't always been legal to run table games in Pennsylvania. So a lot of casinos went all in on the like the poker machines, the slot machines, things like that, before they were allowed to have table games. So those were kind of tacked on a little later. And as you all move through the game floor, are you moving kind of in a pack, or are you kind of filtering through individually?
Hmm.
Beck is following somebody. Somebody that looks like they know where they're going. This is a lot for them.
Yeah, yeah.
Ashton would follow Ian and Sharky. And if they split up, oh well.
Okay.
Walk alongside Sharky. So
Shark-
do we just go straight to the back, or barge into an office, or what?
I say we play a few games. If she's here, she'll see us.
Okay. So you're heading back to the table games?
Yep.
Yep. Ashton is awkwardly bobbing and weaving around the slot machine lights.
As you make your way back to the table games, there are several table games to choose from. You have your standard poker, you've got your blackjack tables, you have your roulette. There's even a couple of the baccarat, some of the more exotic table games. But there's a decent spread. Is there any one game that you gravitate towards?
No, I'm going to stand and not join it, but kind of hover on the outside of the games area.
Sharky.
Well, I'd imagine.
Oh.
I was gonna say, the one time I've been to a casino, you got to go buy like your chips, right? So Ashton.
There is a cage in the table games area.
Mhm. So before Ashton decides to pick a game and worry about that, he's going to walk over there and buy $100 worth of chips.
Okay. As you walk up to the cage, there is a young gentleman standing there. And give me 1 second, and I will post in your coterie chat what this gentleman looks like. Where are you, mon petit? There you are. But he gives you a soft smile as he takes the money, and he asks you if you'd like that in small chip denominations or if you just want one of the larger chip denominations.
Small chip.
Okay. So he hands you a mix of $5 and $10 chips to make up the $100. And he gives you a polite smile. Best of luck to you this evening, monsieur.
Thank you.
Sharky would have also gone over there to buy chips. He probably would have bought a little bit more, like $300 worth, honestly, just pure resources wise. But he's going over to play poker. That's what he's doing.
So sorry about that. My headphone decided to die on that.
Sharky said he was going to buy some chips.
Buy
Okay.
some chips and then go play poker.
How much in chips did you want to buy?
300.
Okay. And the gentleman in the cage will ask you if you want small denomination chips, large denomination chips, a mix of the two.
Mix of the two.
So he does. You've got some 5s, some 10s, some 20s, and a couple of 50s. And he passes them over to you. Best of luck to you tonight, sir.
Thank you. As he turns and he heads straight over to the poker tables.
Sharky, before you walk away, as you collect up your chips, there is one chip that does not bear any denomination. It is a black and gold chip that reads VIP on it.
And he's gonna slip that into a pocket, so that way it doesn't draw too much attention to it. Still gonna play some games before we go over there. But
Okay.
make it very clear if somebody's watching that the VIP chip he saw it, he put it away separately.
Are you looking for cameras, or are you just...
He's not necessarily looking for cameras, per se.
Okay.
He's just making it so that if there is a camera somewhere, they would likely have seen it.
Okay. Ian, did you want to buy any chips, or are you still just kind of like hovering on the
No,
edge?
I'm actually just hovering, kind of watching, keeping an eye on the pit. I want to see when they change out dealers. I want to see what their personnel rotation looks like. Looking for cameras. Getting a general sense of the security of this place.
Go ahead and give me a wits and awareness, please.
Can I use security for this or larceny for this?
If you have a specialty in security under your larceny, you most certainly can.
All right, thank you.
While you're doing that, Dr. Beck, did you want to buy any chips?
Yes. They're going to go up and I'm pretty sure the only game that they really know the rules for fairly firmly is poker. And so they're going to get about $500 worth of chips.
Okay. So you're going to purchase your chips. The young gentleman in the in the cage just wishes you the best of luck. Ian, do you want to?
I'm going to let the messy critical ride.
Okay. Okay. Um, the pit runs like any other pit. Dealers are changed out fairly regularly. There is nothing overly suspicious about that. Though you do notice that there is one high roller at the craps table that seems to be hitting a rather large streak before two very burly men step up, whisper in his ear. They each take one arm and escort him off of the floor and into an authorized personnel only door. For your messy, let me just take a little peeky peek and see what we want to do. I think this would be a good time to activate a compulsion.
I like it.
We are going with the... And just one moment. We are going with the dominance compulsion. So you will be at a 2 dice penalty until you assert your dominance over a scene. That said, we are going to continue with what else you find as far as the security measures go. There is no area of the floor that is not covered by a camera. And there are some rather obvious PTZ cameras that are tracking you, Dr. Beck, Ashton, and Sharky. You see them move to follow them as each of them move around the floor. One is just fixed on you. But as we do that, Dr. Beck was going
continue
to
stare directly at it.
Okay. Okay. Dr. Beck, you said you were going for poker?
Yes.
Sharky, which game were you going for first?
Also poker.
And Ashton?
Blackjack.
Okay.
Because that's the only one I know how to reliably play in real life. So.
Okay. Are we trying to play it straight, or are we trying to beat the house?
Ashton's playing it straight because he's not wanting to get on this woman's bad side by getting caught cheating.
Okay.
Sharky's gonna play it straight unless he sees an opportunity. But there's no real. I don't really know how many opportunities he'd have. But he's gonna try to play it straight for the most part.
Dr. Beck's going to try to win. He wants the
Okay.
attention. He's displaying confidence that he can win this.
Too far to the left, Dr. Beck. Too far to the left. Oh, God.
So let me see what rolls we're going to want y'all to make. Let's see. Why don't y'all just give us, we're going to call it an intelligence and, let's call it an intelligence and performance.
That is a roll that I have.
It is
Could I
going to
argue
be.
for Dr.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, could I argue for Dr. Beck since they are trying to play the house? Subterfuge?
A wise and mighty storyteller?
Yep. Subterfuge will do. Because I am wise and mighty.
Okay.
Just straight intelligence.
Ashton, that 6 with a crit, you sit down and almost immediately begin commanding the table. You're not playing the house. You are just playing the game and doing rather well. Sharky, did you want to use any willpower?
No.
Okay. So, Dr. Beck, you're doing well. You're not commanding the table, but you're certainly not losing money. You're getting some decent hands. Things are going well. Sharky, however, you notice is rapidly losing money hand after hand. That $100 that he purchased is, or 300. That $300 that he purchased is rapidly dwindling.
Sharky's having fun. He's got the money he can lose. He's enjoying it regardless.
Sharky is having a good time, but man, that money, before long, that $300 that you purchased in chips is gone.
Beck will reach over, pat him on the leg. It's all right. You can't win them all, hon.
Ashton, you are very quickly able to triple what you sat down at the table with.
Excellent.
And it is at that moment that same very polite young man from the cage, who has recently been relieved, comes over and taps you on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Monsieur, would you care to accompany me to the High Rollers suite?
Of course.
I will give you some time to collect your companions. Yes?
Wonderful. And Ashton will nod respectfully to the young man and go find his lot after cashing out his chips. Because even if they get ran out of here, the man's getting his money.
Mm-hmm. So you're able to collect your chips and set about collecting your compatriots.
He'd go find Ian first, because Beck and Sharky are keeping each other company.
Yep. Ian's fairly easy to find. He's not far from the entrance to the table games, staring intently at the camera.
You doing okay there, buddy?
Oh, I'm all right. Are they coming yet?
Well, we got invited to the High Rollers area, so
I told
Yes.
Sharky power doesn't travel. They can come to us.
Just slowly blinks. Can I insight check Ian? Because that does feel a little out of character.
Uh, sure. You can always insight check folk.
Okay, wits insight.
Wits and insight. And Ian, unless you're trying to mask, there's nothing you need to do. Okay.
I'm 100% truthful.
I also realized I made a mistake. More like an empathy style check, because while he knows that Ian is being truthful, he's talked enough with Ian. Ian also knows how to play the game, and Ashton thinks in this moment something is up, because that's like, you know what I mean? So more like a vibe check. Also, I realized
Power
I did
is a
my
curious
hunger wrong
thing.
for that.
That's
Yeah, no.
fine.
I was actually a hunger 1, not hunger 2.
Okay. Well,
the willpower on
yeah, 3 is good. There is something about Ian tonight. He definitely seems very, very locked in, very assertive, almost as if he is planning to completely command and dominate what is going on tonight.
Ashton's just gonna leave him. He's
It's a
not in the
mistake.
mood to argue with Ian.
It's a mistake if you go to them. I'm telling you that now. Don't make it.
It's also rude when you are a guest in someone else's home.
This
to
is a
walk
public
up to
place.
them.
We are not guests.
Metaphor, Ian. You seem to-
Rudeness and domain are traits of the Camarilla. I thought we weren't acting like those.
Yes, but when the person who holds ownership of a place wants to speak with you, it is rude to not
They
let
can
them
come
have
present
that
themselves.
conversation.
I don't see the difficulty in that.
I'm not arguing with you, Ian. I'm not.
Then don't. But if you want to make a mistake, by all means, go ahead and make it.
You know what? Ashton's just gonna stand there with him for like 5 minutes before walking away, just not saying anything, kind of looking. If Ian goes back to looking at the camera, following his gaze.
I
Are
mean,
you quite finished?
Turning to see the voice.
There is a tall, absolutely stunning black woman staring down at you. And yes, I can guarantee she is staring down.
Is she wearing heels, or is she just that tall? Because there is a difference.
Yes.
Interesting.
Stare back up at her.
I
Glad
was
you could come
trying
out of
to
your
in-
tower to visit us.
Nah. I was trying to invite you somewhere a little more comfortable. After all, it did take you all forever to get to me. So, Kingmakers, shall we?
Bold of you to assume what I think is comfortable.
No.
Why not play a game? That is your establishment, isn't it?
There is a reason I am the house.
Well, then the house shouldn't have to worry because it never loses, right?
In the long run, the house always wins.
Ah, but in the short term,
The
those
short term
books
can get
don't look so good.
uncomfortable.
It is around this time that Ashton returns with Sharky and Dr. Beck. So now the five of you are gathered along with the large woman who looks like she bathes exclusively in milk, honey, and Twinks.
Ew.
And the three of you, Ashton, Sharky, and Beck, the first thing you would notice is that it appears a pissing contest has started brewing between this gorgeous, gorgeous woman and your compatriot.
One hand.
We
You
have
can
business
play the
to attend
house.
to.
Why don't you deal yourself?
We have business to attend to.
Do we?
Perhaps afterward.
Perhaps I don't think we have business to attend to.
That's unfortunate. You do know your way out, though you are, of course, welcome to make ample use of the facility.
Well, you have certainly made an impression. I certainly know who we will not be interested in.
Indeed. Adieu.
Unexpected, but hey, here we are. So, Ian, are you going to avail yourself of the casino? Stay where you are? What is?
I'm
What
done.
is?
I'm done. I didn't want to deal with a gangrel to begin with, and I don't need to know. I don't need to interview them to know that they're not qualified. I'm done.
Okay. The rest of you, Ashton.
Ashton's flappers are gasted, dare I say. Ashton, for all of his charming snake-like quality, does truly believe if you're going to engage in politics, not to write someone off of something so silly as that. However, he doesn't want to come across as throwing salt on the wound, so to speak. So he is not going to engage her right away. He's going to give her a moment of let that cool down. And was it just in, I might have misunderstood this, was it just Ian she told to leave? Or was it the entire group? Because then that would change his reaction to kind of what he does.
A wise and mighty storyteller.
It seemed to be directed at Ian, but also more broadly. This is you hear what I say. You can either stand on business or get done what you came to get done.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't a direct to the other three. You three
No.
also need to leave. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Ashton is going to go buy $100 poker chip, and he's going to play one more hand of blackjack just for the shits to kill like about 5 minutes a time, however long it would take to give her a minute before he goes to talk to her at least.
After discussing with the ST behind the scenes, Ian, you have asserted your dominance fairly well. Your storyteller is confident that this has satisfied your compulsion.
I'm headed out to the car. I will.
Yeah,
climb in. I've been wanting to talk to Sharky's driver anyway. So.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
That is fair. So Ashton is playing another hand of blackjack. What are Sharky and Dr. Beck doing? Because they are also they just watched Ian go like, nah, I'm done here, and leave. Like, not, are you coming too? Not, I'll be in the car. Just like, okay, we're done here. And off he went.
Apologies. Those of his family can be so hot-headed.
I had heard that about the intern.
He's quite passionate.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, sometimes his passion can blind him. So,
Apparently, you do not have that trouble.
I have my own passions. But it is important to be able to see through the weeds. Now, we can definitely go back and go somewhere a little bit more comfortable if you would like. However, that one, and he points at Ashton, he's been winning like hotcakes. So I have a feeling he's going to want to at least play a few more rounds, which is a little bit of why Mr. Farrow was likely attempting to demand such. But if you wish, myself and Dr. Beck can return with you to a VIP location at this moment in time, if that's something you would prefer.
Yes. I was under the understanding that the four of you had certain business you were looking to conduct.
Yes, indeed. So, Dr. Beck, and he offers his arm.
Beck will gladly take it, and just give you a pat, like, good job.
And as you are all walking to the VIP area, the young man is walking side by side with the woman, going over various details of the day, and kind of reading things off of a sheet to her. It would seem the high roller that we have acquired is being prepared for you as we speak, mademoiselle.
Ah. They didn't quite manage to break, then?
No, he seems far more resilient than most.
Hmm. Very
Perhaps once your business has concluded here, I can take you to his private quarters.
Very well.
And he'll nod and break off as the four of you enter the VIP area, which is comfortable, but noticeably lacking in any kind of presence other than the sharp, well-tailored suits of the brute squad, who are just kind of milling about. They notice you enter, but they're not on high alert or anything like that. They're just doing their security rounds, making sure to keep the riffraff out. There's only like 3 of them, so it's not like there's an overwhelming presence, but you can tell that these are watchmen. But before we get too deep in the weeds on that, we're going to pop over to Mr. Farrow, because
Hi, Mr. Farrow.
You make it out to the car where the ghoul is just kind of sitting there tapping away on his phone, doing his little mental health bird game. Has not seemed to notice you walk up just yet.
Step at the passenger side.
He is startled, but not,
No.
Too badly.
We're done already?
I'm done. They're not. It's not like I
Okay.
wanted to talk to her anyway. In this case, you're actually far more interesting than she ever was. What's your name?
we're gonna pretend I remember. Because I think the driver, Thin Blood, was Luther.
I believe it's Luther. Yeah, I believe.
Oh, that's right. He's a Duskborn, not a ghoul.
Mm-hmm. Luther?
I love how both of you forgot that, and there was literally a whole plot point last season about us taking them on.
I have a lot of plot lines that are running through my head.
I'm sure you've heard mine. It's Ian, and you're free to call me by that if you wish. Please, no Mr. Pharaoh or anything like that. How long have you been driving, Sharky?
Little less than a year? Something like that.
What's your opinion of him?
Say again?
What's your opinion of him?
Cranky, spoiled, rich?
Mm. He treats you well.
I don't think he's got much of a choice.
That's an interesting take. Why is that?
Because I can do things he can't.
Ah, he at least respects that.
Be a fool not to respect someone that can stay awake when you are dead to the world.
True, true. Your people don't get enough respect, in my opinion.
But my people?
There are more like you, yes.
Well, see, I know that because there's at least 2 of them that got hired by the good doctor.
Mm. I'm new to town, so the good doctor is over my head.
The one that rode in the car with you?
That doctor, you consider them good?
Well, they told me I wasn't allowed to call him Dr. Abarca anymore, so
Why was that?
apparently too much respect.
Interesting. Interesting. Most doctors I know want to be called doctor.
Meh. Maybe sometimes they don't want to be a doctor.
Perhaps. So what is it you do for fun?
Why are you asking?
Because I'm interested in you.
Why?
Because you have been ferrying me around, and I want to know the person who I've entrusted my life to. Several times.
You know we're not alive, right?
Do you really
Like,
think
not
that?
technically.
Do you really think that you have to have a heartbeat in order to be alive? Do you really think that you have to breathe in order to be alive?
I mean, ain't those the technical signs of life?
There are plenty of studies that show that life continues in states beyond what we know it to be. This is just
That
one of
sounds a
those
little bit
states.
brainy to me.
Not much for the brains, then.
No.
We should work on that.
As for what I do for fun, it's gonna open the not the dashboard.
Glove box?
Thank you. I forgot the word. He's gonna open the glove box and there are just going to be like plastic card sheets of Magic the Gathering cards that all just kind of tumble out of the glove box.
So you have a hobby.
Yeah. Friday nights.
You said something about mental health, and I'm concerned. So,
How long have you been you?
A while now. I mean, do you want specifics or rough time frame?
Rough time frame is fine. I ain't trying to get that personal.
60 or so years.
Eh. See, I only been me a little less than 2.
That is an excellent time to be. It's when everything is fresh and everything is new.
Well, it also means I can't be seen in certain public places where I used to could be seen because folks still know me.
Hmm.
Or at least they know the body.
So you died in a bad way then?
I don't think so. It's kind of hard to remember that part.
You don't remember it.
Well, you know how it goes. 1 minute it was just enjoying Molly, enjoying life, and then the next day I woke up
We
And
are
you have
going
no
to
bloody as
idea.
hell and this way.
we're
To
going to
continue.
break in real quick with a hydration and stretch check from our audience. As you were.
So you don't know who brought you out of the cave?
I ain't never been in no cave.
Yeah. Who brought you over to this side of existence?
Oh. No, is that important?
In many cases, yes. Incredibly important. Defines who you are, and, well, for you, probably not so much, but it is still a history that is important.
Yeah, I don't know none of that.
Would you like to?
If I don't know it, how are you supposed to know it?
Normally, those who, well, make children don't stray too far from them.
Nah, see, because I met with a couple of caitiff also, and they tell me that's not always the case, especially when it comes out wrong.
Such a horrible word. Can't believe someone taught you that.
Caitiff?
Yes. You know what it means?
It means they're like us, freaking harbingers of fates worse than death.
No, I think if you look it up in a dictionary, you'll find that it means despicable, contemptible, or cowardly.
Eh. Well, what we supposed to call them then?
I prefer to call them the unbound.
Oh. I bet they'd like that if they knew it. I'll have to tell my buddy.
What about yourself? I'm sure they've used the epithet I hate the most in regards to you.
Not a big fan of thin blood myself.
Terrible. I prefer Mercurian. You're the closest to the sun.
And we duskborn. It's fine.
Dustborn was good too.
So, well, why
As I
the
said,
conversation then?
I've been entrusting my life to you. I want to know who you are.
Does knowing that my name is Luther and I collect Magic the Gathering cards and play on Friday nights make it easier to trust? your life such as it is now with me?
Knowing that you consider yourself more than just a disposable cog, and that you have hobbies and dreams and hopes, makes me feel better about your mental state. Makes me feel better
Oh,
about you being you.
okay. Have you ever seen this little bird game?
Oh, let me see.
He's just gonna pull out the cell phone and start playing Finch again right there.
Kind of
And
lean over and watch.
for those of you who may be unfamiliar with the app, it is this cute little app that if you do aspects of self-care, you can check those items off a list and get prizes like free clothes and stuff for your silly little bird.
It's fun.
I know.
Hashtag not sponsored.
I'm
Hashtag
gonna,
please sponsor us.
I'm gonna sit and chat
Hashtag,
with Luther while I wait for the others.
hashtag please sponsor us. This is actually a good point to a good time to pivot away from the car and back to the VIP area where the other three members of the coterie have sat down with the Baron of the Valley. So, Baron, I'm going to open things up with you. What is it? What is it truly that you want from this ragtag group of individuals?
Anyone with any kind of information gathering apparatus is already aware of these four, and already aware that they have seen both the false new prince and convinced him of a couple of things, as well as having paid visit to Holt, Hush, and the card shark, the woman they always got with them.
I will find that name momentarily.
Lorelai.
Lorelei, thank you. So, what is it that what is it that the Baron thinks they can get from this group? What's her soft sell?
Well, you seem like a group of folks like trains to run on time.
It certainly doesn't hurt. Helps business to make certain things are
When
staying
and
orderly.
where When and where I have domain, the trains run on time.
So you keep things going smooth.
Yes.
Well, it's good to hear that you're able to keep things under wraps. I know there's a lot of Anarch Barons out there who are not able to do that, so it speaks to your skill. What are your goals for the entirety of this set of cities? Do you want,
Well, that's going to depend a lot on what your goals are, isn't it?
suppose? I'd like to know where my potential allies' ambitions lie.
Presumably, I want the same thing you want. Stability back in the area. I know you all visited the Triumvirate. And surely you cannot think that a group consisting of a woman, an absolute psycho, and a ferocious dog on a fraying leash can handle the whole domain. And then, of course, there's Ducard. And thanks to your friend, Ducard's already out of play. He's dead. He'll be dead inside of a week.
Most likely. Though he may do better than you'd expect.
Unlikely.
He does have access to some resources, and his enemies will have to smoke him out.
Yes,
But-
speaking of that, Perkins needs to be done away with.
Agreed. But unfortunately, we don't have much information on her. So what do you know?
Fairly close to the same things you do. Perkins does not want a throne. Perkins wants to be the power behind it. New York Ventru, decent enough age.
But now with Ducard dropping out, what's the expectation there, do you think? Do you
She'll
think
find another puppet.
I'm assuming you don't think she's going to try to convince Holt or you. So who do you think is the likely puppet at this point?
Well, she already tried and discarded the son of the former prince. This Toreador Ducard is going to be dead. That is a foregone conclusion. I can report that with absolute certainty. Certain weaknesses tend to run in the blood.
Then why not attempt to change his fate? Why not attempt to ally with him?
Because he's not useful, he's a puppet.
Well,
He was a
their
puppet.
uses.
He very much was. What we did was set him off of his leash. Which means you're right. Alone, he'll be dead by the end of the week. But perhaps if he's able to maintain some sort of power with a backer as strong as you, he might be able to reveal some of Perkins' weaknesses if he rattles for longer.
Perhaps. Doubt it. But perhaps. There is no way the movement is going to accept someone who's been a turncoat approximately a week. He could be a fairly useful source of intel, but anything I can get from him, I can get from folks who knew Perkins when they were Camarilla. So what's the point of a useless eater?
Because he's a loose end that she's going to want to tie up. So she'll devote resources in order to tie him up.
Good. That will tie her up.
And if you can keep it, if you were to support him and keep her tied up longer, it might show some of her other resources. That's what I'm saying here.
Also, since you brought it up, would you happen to have the names of the people that were Camarilla that knew Perkins? Because I might want to go talk to them to try to get some extra information.
Good luck finding him. Half of them fled to Philly.
Oh, of course they did.
And the other half are probably dead.
Or hiding. Nosferatu are good at that.
There's a Nosferatu presence in the city.
Shocked.
Not really.
No. More surprised due to the old regime's opinions and actions.
Minimal, but present.
Do you know the names of anyone? Because I do need to run some errands down there in a night or two.
I'll have my second get those to you.
Thank you.
By which I mean I have to make them up, so
Yeah, I gotcha. No worries.
I will put them in your channel.
Thank you.
Well, that's enough of the direct business. I'd like to get to know you. We have a
Why?
mutual acquaintance.
Do we?
Yes. Goes by the name currently of Laurent.
Oh, that wicked old hag.
Yes. He is still kicking. Sometimes in a kick line.
Sometimes spread wide open on the kick line.
Often. Spread wide open on the kick line.
He is actually the one who let me know a little bit about you, Baron Tycho.
That was naughty of him, wasn't it?
I
It was
mean,
already a naughty conversation. What could you have expected?
What did Laurence tell you about me?
That both of you came from the monastery and you killed your old pack priest?
Yes.
Impressive.
Not very. Old boy telling tales out of school.
Got annoying.
He was weak. I was not.
Understandable. I have experience with weak and annoying pack priests, so I understand.
Did you kill yours also?
No. There was a skirmish and they died. I didn't really do much in terms of saving them or aiding them when it happened. I didn't mind losing them.
And you're certain that you're a member of the movement, yes?
We are independent. I am willing to support the movement because I believe in many of its goals. But we do not side with any one sect at this moment in time.
Independent by choice or independent by force?
Choice.
definitely choice. I don't want to deal with any of this as much as I have to.
I've had ample opportunity to join any given group.
And your fellows are aware you are former Sabbat?
Well, they're aware now. Well, except for Ian.
I mean, in all technicality, we are still Sabbat. just a fringe sect of Sabbat. So, I mean, is that really like that big of a deal? No.
Is that really a lore drop?
So Ashton, being the sort of subterfuge guy, kind of looks to Sharky like, "What the fuck? Why didn't you tell me?" Just to kind of play into the surprise a little bit.
Dr. Beck will just pat Sharky's arm again.
All right. Well, I'm going to need a resolve and subterfuge from you, Ashton, and
Could
the same
I
from you.
argue performance? Wait, no, my subterfuge is better. Never mind. I shot myself in the foot. Forget what I said.
Got it.
And the
my
same
fault.
from you, Dr. Beck, if you're going to follow suit with the, why didn't you tell us?
No, just patting
It's
on
okay. We forgive
Sharky's
you.
arm and smiling. Like, it's knowledge now.
Easily could have been played off that Dr. Beck had just
Figured it out.
figured it out by now.
Okay.
I'm gonna try for that crit. Oh,
Okay.
you bitch. That's still 5.
And now I get to do the rolling.
Damn it.
But I have my difficulty.
Damn. Beck should have used the arm pad as giving a help die. That's really what should have happened. I thought that's what was about to happen.
Sorry.
Pat, pat, pat.
I thought the pat was setting up for a we all have our flaws.
It's kind of like a I'm proud of you moment. Like spilling secrets, but not acknowledging that it's definitely a secret or not. So just like I'm proud.
Damn.
Are you a pack?
Coterie is what we
Sir,
usually go by.
Is that
But not
good
a pack
sir
in
or
that
bad
sense.
sir?
Not a pack in that sense.
Hmm.
It's better to have people watch your back than not. And when you're not tied to any individual sect, as an independent, you have to take allies where you can find them. Trust me, if I could get away with getting rid of this one, he's pointing back to Ashton, I would have done so ages ago, but unfortunately he's very useful.
Now Dr. Beck will look at Sharky like, how dare.
Ashton just looks at Sharky with a look of, if we weren't in front of company.
But, yes. I thought I had made Ashton aware, but I try to avoid speaking with this one.
Excuse me.
But
Excuse me. How dare you?
but
I'm quite delightful.
I have been fairly open about my past. Fairly. I try to be. I earned my humanity. I will keep it here.
Right. So, about the business we have.
Yes. So, my question for you, what do you need?
Perkins eliminated.
We're aligned on that front. Is there anything you need resources-wise that that can be granted.
You walked through my establishment.
Yes, I see wealth-wise there's no issue, but there's more to resources than just that. You have likely almost as much money as I do. That's good. But is there anything else that you need? Do you need information, allies? What do you need that we can provide?
Where am I going to find allies?
You've got
That's
3
right.
of them directly in front of you.
Hmm. And if I were to say I don't need allies?
I'd be very impressed, but also concerned. Those without
I,
allies do not go far.
I need hitters who can get the job done and who won't be missed if they fail.
Which is why you would like us to help eliminate Perkins.
That's what is required. The trade-off gets us both, well, your group and mine, what we want. You want some form of stability in place, even though you are claiming to be independent. I want stability in my domain. You want the trains to run on time, the airport to be yours for the use. I want one less venture.
Let's get a deal. Would you be willing to what would you be willing to grant us if we're able to get this done for you?
Succeed and you'll have a place in my domain, as well as your own dominion to hold as you can. We can even carve up property.
You're the first person who's actually offered us a place. Everybody else is trying to. Everyone else is attempting to intimidate us for the most part.
Yes, yes, yes. Roses are so scary. I don't believe in wasting time, Miss
Fair.
Knox.
Fair. Well,
And threatening you all gets me fuck all, doesn't it?
it didn't get Holt very far.
Well, he's, from what I understand, still pulling at that frayed leash.
Indeed. One of the reasons why I wanted to come speak with you, regardless. So, all right. It seems like we have an accord.
Oh, I have no intention of holding you to it. I imagine you all will decide where you want to go from where you are. However, if I do come out on top, I would still be willing to reward you.
Well, like I said, there's a. We're going to work to dislodge Perkins anyway, so might as well look to aid you.
One of the kingmakers wasn't impressed.
He he can be a bit hot-headed. Quite hot-headed, actually. To be honest, I would imagine that his preferred leadership was probably the triumvirate, but idealists.
Yes, there will always be idealists.
Yes. And
New ones every night.
and every night they wind up in the same spot.
Generally speaking.
Well, it's a pleasure doing business with you, Baron Tycho.
And she's gonna hold out a business card.
Ashton will take it.
You have my contact. I imagine you need to go consult.
Ashton would reach into his wallet and hand Tycho a business card so he can get up with her on the delivery of the names to try to get information on Perkins.
Brilliant.
Yes.
If you need any additional funding in any way, shape, or form for any of your ventures, give me a call. I recognize you have a lot of wealth, but I have connections with the banks. So
Must be nice.
it's been very useful. Luckily, my old lifetime connections back when I was alive have continued to be useful.
Oh, so you're a young one.
Fairly.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, I imagine you do need to regroup.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Thank you kindly, Madam Baron. It's been most enlightening.
Generally, I prefer mix.
I do apologize.
I feel like the
It's
longer
fair.
we are what we are, the more we tend to transcend gender.
I would agree wholly. I'm just not caught up on all the new terms.
Very well. Good evening. Oh, there is one thing.
Yes.
I don't suppose you would be willing to deliver a poker chip.
He pulls out the black VIP chip. This one.
Or this one. I just thought that the hot-headed gentleman might like a souvenir.
Ashton will take it and I'll make sure to give this to her friend.
Indeed.
Well. Let us go recoup. It's been it was wonderful meeting you, Baron Tycho, once again.
Pleasure. I'm sure we'll be in contact when those names come up for sure. So I'm looking forward to speaking with you and your right hand again.
Indeed. Adieu, kingmakers.
Adieu.
Adieu.
And as the three of you leave the casino to go regroup with Mr. Farrow in the car, I think that is a good time to call for a 10-minute break. Let y'all refill on water, stretch, hit the bathroom, what have you. We will be back here in 10 minutes to see what our kingmakers decide to do from here. So we will be right back after this short 10-minute break.
Welcome back. Just in case you forgot in 10 minutes. Hazard, I know. We just got out of a meeting with Baron Tycho. And now, all 4 of our players are going to meet back up in the car where Mr. Farrow has been grilling Luther the driver for information.
I feel like just having a conversation, yeah? He doesn't want to talk, he
Same.
doesn't have to.
Same. So, y'all get back to the car, and Ian is in the passenger seat watching the driver play games with a bird.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, what's the little bird do there, Luther?
It's fascinating.
You can buy it clothes and stuff.
Is it like, what's it called? Back in the 90s and the early aughts. What was it called? Tamagotchi? Is that like a little Tamagotchi on your phone?
Kind of, except the stupid creature you're trying to keep alive is yourself.
So you're the bird?
Well, see, I have to do all of these self-care thingies.
What is self-care, Luther? I'm old.
When you, like, shower and wash your hair and shit.
Oh. I don't
But-
consider that self-care, but okay, I call that being just a normal person. So, if that's
what-
considered self-care, I'm on the right track.
What's stopping you from just clicking the buttons?
Well, that's not how you play the game.
I don't get it.
As I said, it's fascinating.
It seems to trick the brain into making brain do good things for itself.
I don't get it.
Of course you don't, Sharky.
Speaking of not getting it, how did the meeting go?
Quite well, honestly.
It was the best one so far.
My favorite.
I guess you always need a man on the wall.
You would have really gotten along with her if you had given her half a chance, even a quarter of a chance, even
I
like a.
Nickel of a chance, if you will.
Well, they were the most diplomatic of the 3. They were the most level-headed and insightful, for sure.
They've definitely got their shit together, quite honestly.
She wants.
Comparatively.
If
She
they have
al-
their shit together, then why aren't they already in charge?
For the same reason the other 2 aren't. That pesky Perkins.
Because the other 2 don't have their shit together, and they can't do anything about Perkins. Perkins is the one who has their shit together.
Yes. Which is
Does
why
Perkin actually have their shit together? Because they ain't running nothing right now.
Seems to me like they're running these 3 around each other.
they're playing them off of each other to keep the area unstable. Which is why Perkins is likely looking for a new vessel now that she can use, or attempting to pull Ducard back.
I think whatever we do is doing the damnedest to get her off of the table, and then things might really start to make sense on who we want in charge. To be completely honest.
Once you remove the influence that she has, then they're going to eat each other. And things are only going to get worse. It's a power vacuum.
It will become an open war, not a quiet one. Like it's
Exactly.
been. The moment she's gone is the moment things pop off, which is why she wants us to get rid of Perkins and for us to tell her first. She wants to be able to be the first one to jump down their throats. Which, quite honestly, I don't mind.
Well, one of them I mean, Ian, I agree with what you're saying, but one of them has to come out on top for this to eventually stabilize the city. We're not
No,
going to.
no. I think you're not seeing what I'm saying. Our goal is long-term stability. In the short term, we can have them annihilate each other. Long-term stability might just be sitting in this car. Have you thought about it, Ashton? I know Sharky has.
I would much rather be in Philadelphia proper, but that's neither here nor there.
You can run things from a distance.
But that car ride is so boring. I'm sorry, I'm complaining. My bad, Ian. But no, you make a good point. You make a good point.
Dr. Barker, have you thought about it?
I don't do politics. I might look like I do okay at it, but I don't do politics. I ain't good. I just can make it look like I can play the game sometimes.
You don't have to
But
be
half
good.
the time that foot is in my mouth.
You just have to have good people.
I
Look,
would not.
If this is the venture that y'all want to go on, I am willing to support y'all.
none of them have impressed me, if I'm honest.
Well, the first two definitely didn't.
Baron Tycho's the most competent out of the three, from what I can tell so far, and she was able to
I
point
would
out.
agree.
She was able to point out exactly where the problems lie, exactly why her rivals were not exactly ideal kingmakers.
She was also the one to potentially give me some information to go back to Philly to find out information on how to take Perkins off, and was
She's
willing for us.
Also just as incompetent as the others. We're looking for someone who can bring stability to a region long term, and they can't even settle it short term.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
But we're also not saying you're right 100%. Or at least I'm not.
I wouldn't want you to agree with me entirely. If you did, I'd think I was doing something wrong.
I think she'd make a good vassal. She would make a very, very good administrator underneath someone else. But herself,
And
I don't think she's going to be set to run the place on her own.
And Beck, Sharky, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like she more just wants to be left the fuck alone and not have the other two trying to steal her shit.
Yeah.
That was the vibe that I got based on what she was saying, but I could be totally wrong.
For the moment, I believe that you are correct. But once she sees an opening, she's going to strike.
I mean, who wouldn't? I still stand by, regardless of whatever happens, we need to figure out how to deal with Perkins, because I think if any of us are going to make any headway one way or the other with the three dingleberries we have as options or ourselves, as long as she's running around in the background, we're never going to get anything done any way, shape, or form.
Perkins has to go, I agree. But none of these three can even pull their heads out of their asses to cooperate long enough to get rid of her.
I tried to talk her into it, seeing if she would go for it. Quite honestly, Ducard right now is her biggest weakness. She says that he has some weaknesses that run in the blood, and that he'll be dead within the week. I think that's true. However, more than likely, what that means is that we need to make certain that Ducard is properly supported, so that way she wastes more resources attacking him. So I think for now we need to back Ducard.
I knew you were going to say that.
Why do we need to back Ducard? Why not have Holt do it?
Because Holt ain't going to do that shit, because Holt's a dumbass.
Oh.
Sorry.
You're right.
Sorry.
Holt is a dumbass, which is why I have his token. Hold up the coin with the Carthage symbol on it. I give it to Ducard. Ducard flashes it in front of all of Holt's people. That's a whole hornet's nest to deal with.
Force them to work together. Good plan.
So let's go see Ducard.
Agreed.
Also, Ian, I was told to give you this, and he hands Ian the poker chip.
Oh, you mean now Tycho also supports Ducard? I'll take the chip.
Ashton just laughs from the back seat.
This is why you don't give out business cards or tokens or anything that can look like you gave someone your favor. Fools.
Agreed.
I'm not complaining. I took it, and I was going to give it to you. I knew you'd figure out something to do with it to make it a little more useful than just a souvenir.
Maybe the three of them together will do something about Perkins.
It'll at least open up an opportunity. She'll have to expose something. And we can use that to root her out.
Let's go talk to our favorite dupable foil, Mr. Ducard.
On the car ride, Ashton's going to mention going back to Philadelphia proper for a night or two to see if they can follow up on the contacts that Tycho might be giving. I'm assuming with the way that was worded, it was Camarilla, the city fell, they went to Philly because it was a Camarilla city, so they're still Camarilla, in theory.
Safe assumption.
Okay.
Strong possibility.
Okie doke. Cool. He would mention that to everybody, and he's also going to go check on his nightclub and check on his lovely Duskborn friend and make sure he's okay. He's not been there. He's been running the club for Ashton.
We also need to see if we can find the local Nosferatu as well. Once we align with Ducard, perhaps he can get us in contact with them.
You think a Rose would know where to find a Nosferatu?
Not all roses are prejudiced.
That would be a first in my book.
But
I mean, also, this was a Camarilla Toreador city, so if the Nosferatu stayed that were a part of the Camarilla, there is a likelihood that he may know where they are just by proxy.
Realistically, Ashton, would you want to know where they are?
I could take it or leave it. That was more of a Sharky idea. I don't know what, at this point, the Nosferatu would be able to offer to worth seeking them out.
If we were to have you in the same room with one of them, could you even handle that?
I have been a Toreador for many years. I've learned how to work around that. He adjusts his sunglasses appropriately.
I see. As long as you could handle it, then maybe it's something we could follow up on.
So we're telling Luther to adjust course and not back to the Haven, but rather to go see Ducard.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. It is a good likelihood that Ducard is within the city rather than at the airport. Mostly because of the side session that Sharky and Ian were at. He has more recently taken up residence at the Club Eden, which is where y'all head to. And as you enter, as you approach the club, you are greeted by that same rather well-built exceedingly muscular gentleman that runs the door. And he looks at the four of you. Business or pleasure?
Business. But can business be pleasure?
Yes. And I'm here for both, says Ashton.
All right. And he keys the radio on his hip, leans into the little microphone that he has dangling from his shoulder. You don't necessarily hear exactly what it is that he says, but you are all ushered into the building, through the dance floor, back into the VIP area, and you once again find yourselves in the hallways that lead to the office that Ducard was in. I would like all of you to please give me a wits and awareness.
I really need to start having Eyes of the Beast on more often. I don't, but I should have it on more often. God dang it.
Golly. Wow. The dice bot is feeling spicy tonight. You going to spend some willpower on that one, Sharky?
I got 3.
Okay. Let's take a look at these rolls here. We got a 2. We got 2 3s and a 4. So we are going to start out with our 2. You do hear raised voices. Oh, goodness me. Okay. So, we have a complication introduced by our wonderful, wonderful audience. This is where the fun begins. The next critical that one of you gets will become a messy critical.
To whoever did that, I hope you know that I hope your pillow stays warm all night and you cannot get comfortable.
Thank you so
It's
much.
who
for
I
that.
think it is looking at the chat.
Now,
kneecaps.
Now, if you do not get a critical for the remainder of the session, those points will be rewarded to our viewer. However, the next critical that is made will become a messy critical. These are some of the new and fun rewards that we have added for Season 3. So.
Free kneecaps. I hope you know that, Shazi.
And just remember that those can be cashed in by any viewer that has 4,000 channel points during a stream. So turnabout is fair play.
All of the other tables run at such awkward times, or I would do that to Shazi at their table, but oh well.
But, so we're going to start with our 2 successes. You hear raised voices coming from the office. It is a male and a female. There does appear to be some sort of argument going on. Our 3s. You can absolutely make out Ducard's voice. While he is shouting, it does not sound like he is the one who is in the dominant role. And for our 4, you can even catch some of the conversation that's going on.
An absolute imbecile. The movement.
It is the best shot we have.
Idiot.
Like the tower is any better.
Any small claim to power you have is because of me.
I think I have been doing a good enough job holding things down, considering the interlopers.
Yeah. And if I were to remove my purse from the equation?
Your purse
Yeah.
or Dominic's?
Shut up.
And it is at this point that you arrive at the door.
I'm not knocking. I'm just going to turn the handle.
Okay.
Real quick, would Ashton have had enough time to assess which way the door opens?
It opens into the office.
Oh, good. He's going to let the three of them handle it in Shadow Cloak and hopefully trip the one person, the not Descartes' voice person, on their way out. So Ashton's
Okay.
going to Shadow Cloak and let Sharky handle it.
Shadow Cloak doesn't need a rouse, does it?
Nope,
I don't think
level
it
1
does.
power. Level 1
Okay.
power.
Excellent. Oh, that's right. Yes, Shadow Cloak, not Cloak of Shadows. I hate
They
that
both don't
those.
require a rouse check.
Yeah, but they do two very different things, and they're named almost identically.
Yeah, and you would think that the names would have been flipped the other way around, but here we are.
But yeah, so
It's Cloak of
Not-
Shadows. It's the invisible one you have, because Shadow Cloak is the oblivion one.
not a difficult thing to hang back while the other three enter the office, and you're able to just kind of press yourself against the wall on the other side of the door and just be out of view.
And can I go ahead and pop feral weapons?
Paint me a picture.
What do you
More
mean?
importantly, what are you hoping to do with? Are you just like popping claws?
Popping claws, just preamble to what may be a knockdown, drag out fight. Ashton is, because he's got all that goddamn stealth, and I haven't had a chance really to use it yet successfully. He is really just making sure that while he's invisible, he's prepped in case shit goes sideways and he breaks his shadow cloak and jumps in the middle of that shit, or can get the surprise on bitch face as she's coming out of the door. If it's who he thinks it is.
Okay.
I
So
need to roll a rouse check.
you do need to roll a rouse for feral weapons. Yes.
Oh, well, I get
So that puts you at hunger 2.
Yep. And then he's shadow cloaked or cloak of shadows against the wall.
Yep. So while you're doing that, Ian, you are breezing into the office like you belong there.
Of course. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. I just wanted to double check, make sure.
I belong everywhere I am.
This is very true. This is very true, and that is so on brand for both you as a player and your character. I love it. I love it. So you enter the room, followed immediately by... Now, Sharky, are you directly behind Ian, or is Dr. Beck behind Ian?
Sharky's behind Ian.
Okay. So the three of you come walking in, one right after the other, and as you enter into the office, Ducard's head snaps up as soon as he hears the door opening. And what the three of you see is Ducard is seated at his desk, and there is this waifish young woman, short cropped hair, conventionally attractive by European beauty standards, just trying to be as menacing above him as she can be. She has on, a nice button-up shirt, pencil skirt, heels, very business, but still, not out of place in this particular setting. And Ducard's head snaps up and he looks at the three of you. And there is a brief but very readable moment of panic as he sees the three of you enter the room. What would you like to say in this moment, Mr. Farrow? Because I am going to give you effectively the verbal attack of opportunity.
Good evening, Sam. I think you should dismiss your company.
And he will very warily look at the woman above him. And wait for her to say something.
I was muted. Sorry. Yes, Sam. Or you could introduce the guests interrupting us.
These are the hired help I was telling you about.
Hmm.
And he will, in turn, introduce each of the individuals in the office that he knows by name. So he will introduce Sharky. He will introduce the intern. Because if I'm not mistaken, he has never actually caught your name.
I don't believe so.
I didn't think so either. I'm fairly certain that he has only ever referred to you or heard you referred to as the intern. And Dr. Beck as well.
Didn't get Dr. Beck's name. Dr.
Oh, that's
Beck
right. He didn't.
Wasn't here.
That's right. Dr. Beck was just the companion.
Arm candy, yeah.
Yep.
So yes, he would have introduced the three of you as he knows you. But yeah, he has introduced the three of you as Sharky, the intern, and the arm candy.
Ian is fine.
Of course. Regrettably, you have caught me at an interesting time this evening. I was merely going over some of the finer details of the Reconquista.
We live in interesting times, sir. It is interesting for all of us.
So, now it seems we have given our names, but you seem to have us at a disadvantage. Who might you
What
be?
is it going to take to make you fuck off?
Miss Perkins?
That is suspiciously not the answer to my question.
No, it is not, but depending on your answer, depends on what my answer is.
So there's not a one-size-fits-all answer for how to make you fuck off?
Absolutely not.
Ducard, how
Cool.
would you like a new alliance with the banks?
You look at this man and he's just kind of looking at you like, haha, now might not be the best time.
We're off to a bad start here. Let's try to reset things a little bit. My name is Ian Farrow. You can call me the intern if you wish. These are my companions. I am assisting them the best that I can. You have a situation. We are trying to help you resolve it. I believe you have overlooked a considerable component of your own domain by focusing solely on those who hold allegiances to the tower. I explained this to Mr. Ducard. He seemed to be very politically savvy, understood exactly what I was talking about. The question for you is, are you as savvy as Mr. Ducard?
Just between us, family.
Hmm.
You are aware what such a thing typically costs?
I have been aware for the entirety of my existence what things cost.
What things typically cost to us upon separation from the tower?
Do you fear them?
It's not them I fear.
But you do fear.
Just like you do.
You need to learn that you have an expiration date. Then you won't fear anymore.
So when's yours?
Mine is overdue. But that leads me back to my question. Are you politically savvy enough to take an opportunity?
On the Anarchs?
Yes.
Whatever drug you've been consuming, I must insist you share. Else we are simply not on the same playing field.
Well, Holt has already pledged his allegiance to Mr. Ducard.
Oh.
I'll reach into my pocket, set the
As
coin
much as
down
a
on the desk,
rabid,
and slide it to Ducard.
as much as a rabid dog can pledge allegiance.
Yes. But a rabid dog's allegiance actually means something to the Anarchs. You're letting your preconceived notions cloud your judgment.
No, I'm letting my deep personal knowledge of who Holt is as a, well, human being doesn't quite fit now, does it?
Of course it does. Are we all not human at some point?
I have a longer knowledge of Holt and the Triumvirate than you do.
Yes, you do, which is why it is tainted, which is why it is poisoned, and it takes it so that you cannot see opportunity because you've hardened your heart, taking advantage of it.
You are calling Holt opportunity?
Do you know how a barony operates?
Might makes right?
Correct. Do you know the rule of numbers? Numbers always win.
I mean, not always.
Always. It just depends on how much you're willing to give. And tell me you've never thrown money at a problem that you couldn't afford to lose.
I don't throw money, I invest. And
We're
numbers
talking
didn't
the
win
same
in
thing.
Philadelphia, did it?
I wasn't in Philadelphia. Maybe they would have had a better time with me than without me.
News coming out there says Sexton took that city with a handful of low clans.
Mm. Well, that is because the tower is fundamentally stupid. Staying inside of it keeps you that way. I am not trying to convince you to change whatever allegiance you may have. I am not trying to convince you to pledge yourself to the cause of the West Coast. I am telling you to put on a cloak and pretend. Do a stage play. Dance a little dance. And get all of the people who would normally throw their support behind Holt to throw their support behind Ducard. What you do after that is entirely up to you. Rug pull them if you want to.
You're still an idiot. Looking at Ducard.
Ian, I like where your head's at with this one, but give me a manipulation and leadership.
I do have a question for that. I have considerable knowledge when it comes to the Anarch movement. Can I leverage that?
I will let you leverage that in the form of an audacity die.
Cool.
So you may take one extra die on this roll.
I love it. I love
Be
it.
audacious.
I hope this is a crit.
This is an exceedingly audacious plan.
Sharky just standing here ready to rip this one apart if things go south.
Let me spend a willpower on this too. I like that
Okay.
result, but I think I want more.
It's not a terrible result, but yeah, feel free to fish.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
5 successes.
Oh, wise and mighty storyteller, is that enough to sway Perkins?
So now that we've had a little bit of small talk, what does it take to get you to fuck off?
Well, ultimately, it takes this entire area in the Lehigh Valley to not be such a shit show.
What do you think I'm trying to do?
I will reserve my judgment about how you're going about it.
Reserve away.
I just think you have had plenty of time and you haven't made much progress.
Toreador are so flighty.
Pleasant company excluded, of course.
No.
While there is a lull in conversation, we have another hydration check.
Look, how long have you been at this?
Half a year.
From what I've seen, from where I've been, I think if you had wanted to, you probably could have solved this in a couple of months. Doesn't seem to me like you want to. The easy solve would have been for you to step up yourself.
We are far too close to Philly for that.
You mean you don't have enough friends in Philly for that?
Quite frankly, 2 princes from our family were deposed in a matter of less than a year.
And your head would have been cut off as well?
I'm not looking to be the 3rd.
Then why even bother? Why are you still here?
I live here,
You don't have to.
but I do. Besides, chaos. Chaos opens up all kinds of opportunity.
So we admit then that that was the point. Well, you make me go away by making it not chaotic. But that means shutting down all that opportunity.
Or you could just go away and let me center power.
I don't think that's going to happen.
That is unfortunate.
I have not heard a single incentive for me to do so.
Half the reason it's still chaotic is because both the sides think they have your favor. If you go away, they know they don't.
Well, we've been here a very short time.
Time enough to cause a splash, apparently.
Yes? Time enough to be effective.
So which side do you favor?
I have not made up my mind yet. But what I do know is that things can't continue the way they are.
I mean, they absolutely can. You just don't want them to.
No. I mean, they can't. Because those people that you're worried about in Philadelphia, they're concerned now.
Are they getting a ragtag army to invade?
I mean, look what they did with a handful of lowlands. Your own words.
Yeah.
How big is this domain? Big enough for all of you.
Loosey goosey.
All of you. Big enough for all of you.
Likely.
But none of you want to just take a piece of the pie. You want the whole thing. Carve it up. Form some sort of treaties with each other.
So, if I'm correct in assuming, and this is storyteller Einar breaking in, Ian is suggesting a free states solution.
Absolutely.
Okay. Please proceed.
What's to stop them from taking my piece?
That's part of the treaties. One of you gets attacked, you all respond. Cooperation is necessary. I understand that you've probably gone your entire existence working against cooperation, but there are a remarkable amount of things that you can do when we cooperate.
Have you made this offer to the other 2?
No, because they're too dumb to think it through. Someone has to be smart enough to propose it to begin with, which is why, and I'll set the poker chip down and slide it across the table, Ducard gets to make the offer. Rally the people. Rally the ones they represent. take the wave to them instead of them to the people. I guarantee you, the random lick on the street wants nothing more than to be able to hunt in peace and not have to pick a side in this political bullshit.
Okay, Ian. Okay. I see you.
And what's to stop Sexton from marching here with his army if we do it your way?
Trust me. You're putting enough trust in me to consider this now. Trust me to take the message back to them. Trust me to give just as much attention to them as I've given to you.
I am going to need you to roll charisma and politics, my venture friend.
Can I use manipulation for this?
Are you lying? Or do you really think this is the best way forward?
I think it's the best way forward, but I don't think that she would ever be willing to trust me.
So you are kind of lying. I will let you use manipulation.
Yeah.
Is there any way I could give a help die at all?
So we do have a help die from the audience. So that is one extra die that you are adding as it stands. You will also be getting an audacity die from one of the storytellers because this is a ballsy play. Sharky, I will let you offer a help die, but I'm going to want a devil's bargain in return.
What's the bargain?
You will not be able to gain any kind of influence in the Lehigh Valley if Perkins takes control.
Nope, not offering a help die.
Okay. So go ahead and make your Ian, go ahead and make your manipulation and politics with your 2 extra die.
I'll go with 6.
Okay, we'll count that. We'll count those last 2 as hunger die.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sorry.
But no worries. It happens. But okay, you succeeded in not critting. That's 6 successes. Unfortunately, I know. We want that messy crit so bad. But okay, well, it's up to Perkins whether 6 successes is enough or not.
Bring it to them. Report back.
You understand you're going to have to give up controls.
Of certain areas.
You're going to have to make sure that Holt and Tycho have what belongs to them. And you're going to give Sam here a slice.
Just eyeballs.
He's the one putting his head on the chopping block for this. He's the one who's going to have to dance. He deserves something.
Ducard is just gulping, trying very hard to. You don't see me. I'm not here. Please stop making the pretty lady angry at me.
We can discuss that when you've run it by the other 2.
All right. Do you shake on it?
Not since the plague.
It's a shame. Again, you should unlearn those old patterns. It's a whole new world out there.
One in which there has very recently been another plague.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wasn't near as bad as the last one.
Between COVID and the second Inquisition's engineered virus that tore through the kindred population not too long ago. Yeah, there has been a rather scary plague that has ripped through both populations rather recently. So she's just, it is what it is.
Still not as bad as the plague.
That's fair. That's fair.
Got little bottles of hand sanitizer.
But so have you given Ducard Holt's mark and Tycho's mark?
Slid them both across the table. Yeah.
Okay.
Across the desk.
He's just kind of got both in his hands, looking at them like looking between these two tokens and Perkins and then back at the tokens.
Here's the thing. You're going to take those. You're going to use them as evidence that they support you. There's no way they can tell their people that they didn't give it to you. That's going to make them look like fools. I'm sure you can handle the rest, Sam.
Yes. You all noodle that out between yourselves. I have somewhere else to be.
So
To the door with me.
as Perkins leaves, Ashton, are you going to try anything?
No, because he was listening to the conversation they were having. Adam was
Okay.
there in case either she frenzied, one of them frenzied. Like, Ashton was doing the I'm a sneaky snake and pretending to be, and was doing that as a just in case. So while he's still shadow cloaked, he's gonna unpop his feral weapons. Wait for her to get down the hallway, because Ashton was the only one he thinks that might have heard the name Dominic. It's going to wait for her to get out of eyesight of Ashton and break his obfuscate and walk into the room.
Okay. Ashton, have you spent any time in New York since the 90s?
Given the fact that he was like a model and a nightlife person, it's hard to say that he hasn't.
So, you know she's a Ventru. You know she was originally from New York.
Mm-hmm.
And with the way Ducard made things sound, it sounds like this Dominic might potentially be Perkins's someone important to Perkins, a Mala, a sire. Hard to tell. But as you enter into the room, you break your obfuscate, you enter into the room, and Ducard is looking at the two tokens, and he looks up from the table. That was a very dangerous gambit.
I wasn't lying when I told you that my expiration date was overdue.
And he stacks the two tokens on top of the other, off to the side, reaches up and pinches his nose. No. And I fear that mine might be rapidly approaching. Rousseau does not tolerate failure lightly. And I fear that this might be a tipping point in our little game.
She likely would have killed you now if we hadn't have stepped in.
Mr. Ducard, I have a question.
Yes.
Who was Dominic?
He will swallow hard. Dominic Rousseau was a former member of the court in New York.
Ventrue
One
as
of-
well.
One of Michaela's. Yes.
Does Ashton recognize the name Michaela?
I am going to give you and Ian the opportunity because Ian, you're fairly well versed in who's who in Kindred Society. And Michaela was a rather famous prince in New York during the Sect War. Famous because she utilized what a lot of people would call Sabbat tactics. Mass embracing childer to fight the Sect War. And hearing that Dominic Rousseau is one of Michaela's, and he's still around. I will let Ian react to that however he pleases. But that is knowledge that is reasonable that Ian would have. Ashton, you would know that Michaela was a venture prince in New York during the Sect War. And it was not a fun time.
Probably what made Ashton leave the city.
It's what made a lot of people who
Yeah,
had any kind of brain in their head leave the city.
Yeah.
Especially anyone associated even tangentially with the Sabbat. Yeah, no, like it was...
Yeah.
I have an idea. Let's leave.
Yeah.
So it was a case of if you can't beat them, adopt their tactics.
It was a desperate time in the city, yes.
Yeah, New York was a hotbed up until 1999 of lots of chicanery. The city was huge.
So, 26 years ago, it was an active hot war.
Mm-hmm.
The
for
Masquerade
many
was being...
years, up until 26 years ago.
Yep. It was... The Masquerade was being broken on a nearly nightly basis. It was bad.
At the realization of... Once Ashton sort of realizes who Michaela is and remembering who she was. Oh. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know any of her potential children were still alive. There, Mr. Ducard.
What is she doing for you? Actually.
It's not her, it's Dominic.
But she is his vessel. So what is she doing for you?
The word I believe you're looking for is servire.
He's an Archon.
Those are the rumors.
Oh. 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 Well, this just added a whole nother layer of what the fuck. That would have been nice to know that there's a servire poking around.
Then let me, again, ask you the question. What is she doing for you?
She is putting me on the throne. If this city stays within the tower, I get to be prince and enjoy the privileges thereof.
And yet, you have already, to a degree, in her words, likely fucked that up. So, now what is she doing for you?
There is this moment of silence from Ducard. And you can tell he has no idea.
Does she have particular wealth, allies, resources that she has lended you?
She has exceedingly deep pockets, though likely they are not her pockets.
Well, what do you need to keep your operation going as long as possible? Because she will kill you if you are left to your own devices.
And if she doesn't,
So-
Dominic will.
So I've come to understand. What is it that you can offer? Ian, it is dawning on you that this man is a political novice. The facade has finally just completely fallen away. Like, this man is the textbook definition of a useful idiot.
At least he's still useful.
For now. But he is one of those special kind of individuals that will, the moment there is a better horse to hitch his wagon to, he will.
I also have particularly deep pockets. So, push comes to shove, that can be an asset. That being said, at this point, now that you have made your play and you have left, you need to fortify yourself. Her leaving now, she may play along for a time, most likely to get everyone in place, and then Perkins can wipe them out all at once. That would be my guess. If there's an Archon involved, then we'll be at more risk, but you're going to need to deal with her.
There is this wave of understanding that is kind of washing over Ducard in this moment of like, oh, this isn't just as simple as sit still, look pretty. Like, I'm in over my head.
You wanted to be Prince, did you not?
I was not
Princes
expecting it to be this difficult.
What do princes and barons do to people who are threats to their power?
Eliminate them? This response comes out like a question.
Not necessarily.
Ashton just nodding in the background.
If
You're getting
can,
there.
You need to turn them to your side. That is what you will try to do. That is what you want to do with Holt. That is what you want to do with Tycho. You need allies right now. You are in a very precarious situation. Do you have a direct channel to this Dominic, or is it only through Perkins?
There is a way I should be able to reach out, but it will be slow. and I cannot promise any kind of success.
If you were to reach out through whatever method this is, and you should not divulge that, would Perkins know?
Maybe.
Then that is a risk you may have to take.
Considering I have enough risk on my plate as it stands, what's another little bite?
Maybe you'll survive your expiration date as well.
There's an almost nervous chuckle from the man. Is there anything else you require from me?
There's this app. It may help you with those feelings of anxiety that you're probably going through right now. Someone I just met introduced me to it. Here, let me show you.
Are you introducing him to the Finch app?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. You know what?
Hashtag not sponsored yet.
Hashtag we are not sponsored. Hashtag please sponsor us.
Hashtag not sponsored yet.
Hashtag we all use it, we all love it.
Hashtag way better than co-star.
Ian, I like it. I love it. Go ahead and give me an intelligence and technology, please.
Sure.
Oh, this is not going to go horribly wrong at all.
I don't think this is entirely for Ian. I think this is also partially TJ.
Watch this be the roll that he crits on.
Could be.
Yeah.
Strong possibility.
Just 4 successes.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
You sure you don't want to crit fish on that, bud?
I can't. There won't be enough.
Okay. Okay.
Try, but it wouldn't be. They'd both have to hit.
They would both have to hit. They would both have to hit. But
I mean, I could try it.
that's entirely up to you.
I'm gonna go.
That is entirely up to you. I am just
I
one
hate
of
that it's
those
hanging out there, and I can't get it. No, but I'll take the 5.
Okay. Because I'm a little shit stirrer. I like the drama. I'm not going to make you waste a willpower on that
Oh,
one.
thank you for giving
Yet.
that.
Yet. Because I did put the thought in your ear, and But we are going to call that 5 successes, and you are able to install it and kind of run him through the basics of it. He seems interested in it, but this guy also seems like he would be really interested in a ring of jingling keys. Like I was saying, the facade has fully just kind of melted away from this guy, and he is putting him in charge is a choice. He definitely looks like he's better at following orders than taking charge of things.
That might work out. If he ends up talking to Holt and Tycho, that might work out.
It might.
I'm gonna need to go talk to Holt, probably.
And I'm gonna need to go talk to Tycho.
And Ashton is thinking about how to deal with this damn Surveyor situation. Because that just added a whole new layer of fuckery. What in the fuck? God damn it. In his mind.
So, back to the Haven to plan and plot our next moves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gosh, you killed me with that in the little side chat. Deckard is definitely fishing for a big one in an empty bucket. Yes, indeed.
Most certainly is. But we're going to have you fine folks head back to the Haven. Those who are at Hunger 2, kindly make your hunting rolls for the night, and then we can get this session wrapped up.
Can I call an egg boy?
Yes, you can call a member of your herd.
Yay.
Ian? I believe we have... I think that's all we need to... Because... Yeah, Sharky's still at Hunger 1. And Dr. Beck, I believe, is also at Hunger 2. Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, I just need hunting rolls from Ian and Dr. Beck. Okay. Kyrie, easy enough. Ian is able to slake himself down to Hunger 1. Dr. Beck, would you like to use some willpower?
Yes, I will. I was just going to say that.
Okay. You got lucky on that one, Ian.
Came close.
Well, not over yet until Doss spends the willpower.
Yep.
Got the sword of Damocles hanging over my head.
Oh,
Okay. Well, alas, Dr. Beck, your hunt was unsuccessful.
Yeah.
So you will be at Hunger 2 going into the next session. But as you all make your way back to the your makeshift coterie haven, and those of you who need to have done your hunts, those of you who have heard have summoned a member of your herd to slake your hunger, we're going to go around the table and we're going to get some closing thoughts from each of our players, and then we're going to close out the session. I am, however, since we are effectively done rolling, I'm going to go ahead and refund those points back to our viewer. Perhaps next time. But we're going to start with Ashton. Ashton, as you are settling in for the night, what are your thoughts?
this is so finding out that Dominic was a Survivor and an Archon. This sort of changes the game a little bit, right? Because if he's funding Perkins, who is funding Deckard, then that means he's ultimately trying to. The ultimate end goal in Ashton's mind is that the Survivor is trying to reclaim all the territory again for the Camarilla. Now Ashton's going to have to dig up some information more about Perkins and now Dominic to figure out what actually that motivation is, because it could be something completely different than that. It could be just, because the Archon, he's thinking in his mind what he knows about Archons in his time kind of being a chameleon is that they can get shit done a lot quicker than this, and he's trying to figure out what the holdup is, because this is like we're all playing a cat and a mouse game right now, and some things in Ashton's mind aren't adding up with that new piece of information. So
Okay.
he's planning to go back to Philadelphia and see if he can talk maybe to Alicia and some other people in the city to see if they even know who Dominic is.
That would be a very good side session.
Yeah, to figure out what the play is.
Okay.
Because now Ashton's worried that if they get in the way of a Survivor, they're all going to end up dead regardless of how this turns out for who. So,
Strong possibility.
yeah, very strong possibility. So Ashton's playing the long game here and trying to figure out how the puzzle was working, and then he goes into day sleep.
We're going to move along to Sharky.
Sharky is kind of livid at this moment in time. He's very angry at Ian because we had her right there. she was threatening Ducard, we could have killed her. We should
Maybe.
have killed her.
You could have tried.
We could have tried. In Sharky's mind, he thinks he could have done it. But Sharky is livid that we let her go. In his mind. Now, that being said, he also knows that we did need to build up a political block. So he is ready to go back and talk to Tycho. He's thinking about how he's gonna word it, of trying to build a state. Probably with the phrasing of using it as a power block to potentially try and get rid of Perkins in the future. So he's thinking about that. He's thinking about how we can word it, how we can put that forward. It is very much, and this is the Sharky flaw, it is very much being pushed through by his anger, because he is exceedingly angry for no real reason, because it was the smart play to make, but Sharky is still angry.
Understandable. Okay. Dr. Beck, thoughts on the night's occurrences?
Very pleased with how things went with Baron Tycho, and still favorite of the lot. Confused why Ian decided that we were going to go down the route that we are seemingly to choose currently. But willing to back them just to get this done and over with. Just want to get back to my lab at this point. Yeah, just mostly confused, but willing to stay open-minded about this.
Okay. And lastly, but by no means leastly, Mr. Farrow.
Yeah. So Ducard was the wrong play, and Ian is willing to eat that crow, but still thinks it is salvageable. If at all possible, he can get these people to cooperate with each other, as that is one of the things that he values most when it comes to kindred relationships, is cooperation, then he is going to try to do that. Perkins is going to be an issue. Just as he said before, he will be damned if another one of his family runs a throne here, if he has something to say about it.
Okay.
The idea that this is a servire means something, doesn't mean nothing. It means something. But it's also one of those titles that someone throws around when they really want to do the thing they want to do. They don't actually have sanction.
Especially among your family.
Mm-hmm. So we shall see. Just how high the backing goes.
Yeah. It's a good idea. So with that, our coterie makes their preparations for day sleep. And as the sun begins to rise above the Lehigh Valley, we're going to go around our table. We're going to introduce our players and our storytellers. And we are going to start with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Farrow. Who are you? Where can you be found?
I'm Kyrie. I play Ian Farrow, of course. You can find me as Kyrie42 on Discord. I'm mostly on Philly server. So, hey, come by, say hello. Post something up in the chat. Talk to us. Tell us how you're doing. I do occasionally run by the name Oblio, so you may find me that way. And if you don't know what that's from, it's from one of the greatest animations of all time. It's called The Point. Watch it. It's pretty cool.
All right, popcorn it over to another player.
Sharky. Like that way.
Hi, my name's Chandler. I played Sharky today. You can find me on Discord, and that's about it. If you see me around with the tag Kingdom or Kingdom 095, that's probably me. But you can find me pretty much there. Sometimes I'm on TikTok, occasionally Blue Sky, very rarely, all the good stuff. But yeah, pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to the lovely Das.
Hi, I'm Dos. At this point, social media is dead to me. So you can just find me in the Philly server, or if you know me in a couple of other servers. But that's basically all. And Chandler, or not Chandler, John.
We look nothing alike, but hi.
I know.
As I
I know.
this happens at work too, believe it or not. We work together, and people confuse us all the time. This is nothing new. But anyway, I digress. I'm just happy to be here. I had a rough day today, so it was nice to come play this dumbass. And now he's like, oh crap, a survivor. Shit. Yeah, that's it. If you find me, you find me. If you don't, you don't. I'm on TikTok. That's pretty much about it.
Okay. And for our main storyteller of the evening,
I will, of course, leave it to you because I am the closer.
okay. So I am hi, my name is Einar. I'm the lead storyteller and creator of Philly by Night. You can catch me every now and again running the New Guard table right here on Twitch. You can also find me just about anywhere at Einar_TTRPG. You can also find me where the skies are blue at Instar's Orbit. And yeah, we've got a couple other projects, a couple irons in the fire getting ready to roll out. So keep your eyes peeled. Watch this space for more. And lastly, but not leastly, my beautiful partner in crime. The person without whom this would not be what it is. My logistician supreme.
Hi, I'm Story Mixed Tellerface, also known as G'day FX. You can find me anywhere using G'day FX. It's usually G'day_effects, unless it's on the tube of you or where the skies are blue, where it's just all crinkled up together. I run, obviously, the Emissaries table. Not that I have to do much with this band of characters. Sheesh. I don't have to raise any stakes. You guys do it yourself.
We make it easy. What can we say?
We just like to make your job fun.
Oh, my job is super fun because then I gotta figure out midway what the hell y'all are doing. Anyway, I can be seen lots of places here. If you're interested in like cosplay and special effects makeup, feel free to seek out my TikTok. That is again G'day_effects. If you want to hear more about my writing projects, that'll be Where the Skies Are Blue. So G'day Effects all pushed together. And remember, just because we play monsters on TV does not mean we cannot be the light in somebody's world. Good night.